Hey, y'all. Let me see. Oh, I see some unicorns in the chat already. Hey, everybody. I see y'all was sitting here waiting for your girl. I like that. But drop those unicorns in the chat. Let me know that you could hear me. Let me know y'all could hear me. I'm going to see if I can see some recent unicorns. Hey, chocolate season. I don't know why stream y'all been looking like this for the last couple of days. Hey, love me. They tripping. And not on my laptop. Okay, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. We about to have a great show. Y'all already know. We about to get into it. Cause if it's F me, then F them. And that's the way we like it, right? Right? Hey, K Brown. Hey, Latte Eminem. Did you do your homework? Did you do your homework, girl? Before I start this live, you know, one hand washes the other and both hands wash the face. So I got to make sure, you know, I support those that need the support. So, girl, did you do your homework? Terry, let's do this copyright disclaimer already. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. This right here is very much important because that's basically what my live is about. So we definitely gonna leave this here on the screen for a minute, okay? We're gonna leave this on the screen because we're gonna get into a couple of things, right? Because I'm confused, right? I thought the purpose of the internet, right? The internet as a whole was for the people, right? And far as the internet being a whole and for the people, you're going to come across different types of people, right? And that's why they have different type of content, right? So if you ever come across person or people or content that you don't like, you can always move on from it, go past it, and find something to your liking, right? So now it baffles me, right? Let me know if y'all following me so far because it baffles me, right? Because I don't see TMZ and Shade Room and all of these people being doxxed for the factors of them doing a job, right? Because when you are a creator or a person, wherever you decide to come on the internet for, that is your form and your choice of content, right? Right. So now, if you disagree with a person's content, it doesn't give you the right to attack a person for it, right? Because it just be baffling to me. I be baffled. Tay be baffled and confused, right? Because if I'm over here and you over there, why did you come over here where I'm at if where I'm at is not to your likings? That doesn't make sense. That's like me being afraid of dogs, right? And me going to a place where I know is full of goddamn dogs. That would make no sense. That would make no sense at all. I'm not going to go a place where I know is not for me. If I'm not a pet person, I'm not going to go to a place where they have fucking pets. It just does not make sense. But I'm not going to attack the pet owner because they have pets. I'm just not going to go where the pets is at. That's just on that. So for me, I'm just going to be honest, right? I'm going to be honest. I don't give a fuck with nobody like that. I have to say that doesn't stop me from saying it, right? Which I understand that gives other people the same option, right? Even though I don't like what you're saying, that doesn't mean that you're going to stop saying it, right? It's my choice whether I choose to listen to that shit or not. though, right? And if I choose to listen to it, then from there, how I choose to handle myself is on me, because every action doesn't deserve a reaction. I'm just going to be honest. But everybody doesn't take things the same way, right? Right? Everybody's different for a reason. Let me say that. Just because I chose, right? I chose to come up here and start a business, right? Start a business, a profession, right? Because see, I'm here in the saga and I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, right? When you find an interest in something and it's something to your interest or your liking, right? Or something that you choose to speak on, if it's within your profession, that's something that you're going to speak on, right? But I don't only speak in the factors of this situation. So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, because when you control your own actions and other people don't control them for you, I know what I come here for, right? I come here to drop my shit and go, right? So anything that anybody says after I go, that's what the comment section is for, right? And I have the choice to either respond to the comment, take in the comment, delete the comment, how can I say, rebuttal the comment, or defend myself to the comment. But what I realize is it doesn't matter if you come here and you talking about a fucking rock, right? It's going to be somebody that disagrees with the way you choose to speak on that rock, right? So now, once somebody disagrees with the way that I speak on a rock, I could either spend my days defending the reason why they shouldn't have a problem with the way I speak on this rock, or I can spend my days continuing speaking about the fucking rock. Me, I made the choice to continue to speak about the rock, right? Right? And not choose to defend myself to the factors of the people that had a problem with me speaking on the rock, right? Because the people, they're the audience, right? And in the audience, you're going to have likes and you're going to have dislikes. Even when big movies go to the box office, that's how they're able to tell how a movie is doing within the theaters, right? Because of the people, the ones that said, that movie was all right, it wasn't really on shit, they could have did this, they could have did that. That's a person's opinion. And then you're gonna have some people that's going to be like, nah, that shit was fire, that movie was what, that shit was lit. It's nothing wrong with having an innocent debate over something, because when they go to the box office and they tally up the people's votes of who liked it and didn't like it, they're going to go off of the numbers, right? And the numbers is going to tell them, well, more people liked it than disliked it. So when we give our opinion on it, that's something that we can put out there far as well. You know what? Some people said so and so far as the movie, but majority of the people said XYZ. Now, do the people in the movie, right? I don't think the people like when the Terminator came out, right? If people sat there and was like, nah, Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't on shit in this movie, he could have did fucking better. What? He was a bum ass Terminator in this movie, XYZ. I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger or the Terminator, whichever one he was at the time, I don't think he went and seeked those people that disagreed with his actions on the big screen. Why? Because those people are entitled to their opinion, especially when people are putting their actions on a screen for people to basically give their opinion. Are we on the same page here so far, y'all? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hopefully you grabbed if you want a shot when you come in, you could grab one. If you want a water, if you like the waves, the ashtray is right there next to the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Come on over here on this couch and get comfortable, because my thing is, right, no matter what you do in life, there's going to be somebody that disagrees with it, right? Everybody is not always going to like what it is that you do. But when you get into the position of being a boss, you know that you still have a job to do and shit to run, regardless to how others feel. And I can't always, how can I say, collectively, right, operate my business off of every feeling that a person chooses to have, because then I'm not running my business. The people are running my business. Now, do my business run off of the people's opinion? Yes, it lets me know what I could do better, what I could do less of, or maybe what I'm doing too much of. When you go into a restaurant and you taste their food, yeah, that shit ain't have no flavor. That shit might have been too salty. Do you understand what I am saying to you? And off of people's opinion, they can now put their food to a better liking to where it can be appeasable to most, even if not to some. Because some people still not gonna like they fucking food. No matter how many times they switch the ingredients, no matter if they add salt or take out salt, no matter whether there's lettuce and tomatoes or if there's not. Because see, even when people go and order a sandwich, some like lettuce and tomatoes, some don't. So should the ones that don't like lettuce and tomatoes attack the ones that do like lettuce and tomatoes? I'm confused in how this is supposed to go. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, I'm never going to argue with the help when I could talk to the boss. And obviously, the voices that have been voicing has been speaking volumes, because the people that were supposed to hear the voices heard the voices. Now, how those people chose to take the voices once they heard the voices, you don't have control over that. That's basically why we have the situation that we have now. Some people are going to try to shut the voices down, and some people are going to try to turn the voices up. But the voice is still going to be the voice. And as long as I'm a voice, Tay is going to come through voicing. So I don't give a flying flipping fuck how anybody feels, to be real, okay, about how and who it is I choose to support. I'm going to be realistic with you, because if it came down to actions and the way a person carries themselves throughout the shit that a person's been through within this situation, you would have expected Robert to crash out more than any fucking body. And it seemed like he's been the calmest in this situation. And people's come at that man with almost in anything that they possibly can. And even though you see a person bend, that don't mean that they fucking broken. Do you understand? So me knowing that if I came to speak on something, right, that other people was against, I knew it was going to come with some type of conflict. But I wasn't worried about the conflict. I was worried about the factors of the defense. And if my defense was defensing, then I served my purpose, even with all of the supposed distractions. Because while you could have been proving me wrong if you had the option to, you basically put your time in on me. I'm not one of the subjects in this situation. I'm one of the people that's researching the situation. So if a person was able to research, which is me, that means that the same open information was open to multiple people other than me, right? So instead of researching me, cause me, I ain't there. I mean, that ain't gonna help. That ain't gonna help you none. I mean, by you, that you just wasting time if that's the case. Because everybody ain't worried about who people think they are. Cause some of us know who the fuck we is, right? And if I defended what y'all thought of me, then my purpose of what I came here for wouldn't have been served, baby. And at the end of the day, right? The end of the day, there's millions of people that's on YouTube. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody that has a voice don't get hurt. They don't. They don't. And some never won't. But the fact is of out of all of the millions of people that's on YouTube, right? Y'all could pull up in my chat as one. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Thank you, Sierra. It's people from all over the world, right? All over the world. It's some people that puts our lives in their language just to be able to listen to what it is that we have to say. Why am I going to use my voice to give another person, right, that time of promotion light when I can use it for myself? Okay? Because what I'm talking about here is basically, honestly, what got people here. Let's be realistic, because I be confused because all of us share, if you want to be realistic, the same supporters. But whose supporters do we actually share? The supporter of the person that they are really supporting. A lot of people are on either side because that is the person that they actually support. Do you understand? I'm not going to get mad at somebody over there because that's where they choose to be. Some of the shit that they do ain't to my liking, but I'm not going to go playing MacGyver and looking bitches up and shit like, yeah, where she stay? Where she stay? Where did she get her opinion from? Huh? Was it in Alaska? York? Was it in North Carolina? Like, where did she get her opinion from? Because wherever she got her opinion from, that's where I'm going. You're going to be chasing people all over the world all day, because the fact is that everybody has the option to a platform, right? Just like people come to listen, people also come to speak. So if you shut down some, there's still going to be many. It's still going to be many. The people that just came into this situation, let's be realistic. They didn't just, oh, well, we called them like, listen, you know what, girl, I'm tired of talking to you about this story. You pick it up with, no, that's not the way it happened. People seen something on the internet, right? It piqued their interest, whether it was for the good or the bad. Like, wait a minute, this shit ain't right. Or wait a minute, that shit ain't right. So people decided to have a voice. If people never decided to have a voice, we wouldn't have Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, or any other motherfucking civil rights, or any other leader that decided to stand up for something that they thought was wrong to show the right. The white people was lying to us for years and making us not in that type of way, but somebody came and said, you know what? I don't think that is right that these people are being locked up and treated like animals. I feel that they deserve the same freedom as everyone. Do you understand? It doesn't matter what race you are human. So freedom of speech is basically the same goddamn thing. I can't be scared out of talking about what I'm talking about, because I never understood how a person get a TPO and they start talking some more. Like, how do you do that? So basically you went and got a TPO so that way that you could now become the person to harass. Okay? But we know a person ain't really doing too much on these 2 days because payday was just when? Yesterday. What's the day? The 22nd, yeah. Payday was just yesterday. So, things should be real in the land of Holyfield at this point in time. But I'm just trying to figure out what is it going to change with all the information that's online? Because if it's considered to be damage control, the person brung the damage. The person brung the damage. And for you to come with the damage and then, not only do you bring the damage, you sit there and try to act like you're being affected by the damages. It's crazy for me. And then to create a scenario for it to be around children, something that's an innocent thing, to make it seem like, oh, there's these adult people that don't got nothing better to do but pick on children. Who, who? Not the fuck me. But if I see a parent not parenting, then that's what I'm speaking. There's a lot of people that's in this world that could have been saved if somebody would have just said one thing. And they say say something. You see how Shay seen that little girl had that outfit on for 3 days, right? Because if you had it on 3 days prior, and then on Easter you got the same outfit on, what does that say? The only thing that changed was the footwear. So now, because a person notices that, they guilty for calling out the fact that the girl had on the same clothes for 3 days, but the person that kept her with the clothes on for 3 days ain't guilty. Make this shit make sense. Make it make sense. So now, this person, hey, wisdom warrior, listen. You never know. A person is a real good liar, right? I'm going to be honest with you. A person is a real good liar. So being that you cannot go in, or nobody was actually with a person when they went to get a TPO, you never know what these people or what she told said people to receive TPO. Do you understand what it is? And we've already seen that on this internet here thing, people that be how can I say, putting documents together or changing shit to make it look like what they want it to represent. That's how we got here in the first place. You know that picture? Remember the picture, the famous picture that they put out, and they tried to put it on one person where it came from another person? Because me personally, I don't mind the factors of pointing out the factors of an abuser, right? So when it comes down to the factors of an abuser, I don't give a fuck how a person feel when they're being exposed. That's what an abuser is supposed to be, exposed. Now, if she's in a relationship with this person and she feel like the damages she done came out here and put on the internet may put her in jeopardy of losing him, because see, it doesn't matter whether a person says something or not. You can tell what a person is used to, okay? And the internet is not such a nice place. The internet is actually unfucking defeated, if you want to ask me, right? And when you a person that's trying to get your career off the ground, right? Off the ground, right? And you trying to, how can I say, venture into other businesses and this, that, and the third, even though some things won't be blocked, some things will, because when they go to search you, there's these things that will pop up about you, and now that will make you questionable, right? And when it came from the person that you laying next to, that will definitely make you resentful, because we wouldn't know the things that we know, right? And this time I'm only saying what we know because the person came out here on another person, but it was a lie. They ain't have no fucking proof. It wasn't, where's the proof? The proof, the real proof, right? But in this case, there's actually proof. So we're going to talk about the factors of the proof that's attached to the person that actually gives or has the actual, how can I say, dealings of abuse. It's no need to talk about Robert in a situation when he's not the person that's doing the choking. But because a person done let it be known that there was a choking, when it comes down to those two people being alone, right? You still have to defend yourself about that, because you could say you did it when you was mad, but that information that you gave shall last. Even once we not mad no more. So I'm sitting here, and that's the same shit that broke up the divorce. Let's pay attention. I'm not gonna be sitting here love you in private, but you done tried to ruin me, or basically ruin me to the fucking public. You're gonna have to come out here and clean this shit the fuck up. And because a person didn't clean it up and came out here with the same old habits, it just made shit collectively worse, because now you are a repeated offender. That's what you are known as, a repeated offender. So you can't go off of or be mad at the fact is of people are only going off of what you gave them far as you being a person. If I'm known to only lie, why would I be mad that people call me a liar? That would be something that would be on me. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. Hey, the delusional board, right? Yeah, I thought you said broad. I was getting ready like that one too, because I like that one too. Because I was going to say, yeah, ass is delusional. If everyone stopped going over to the other side and stay on topic, we would reach in numbers. But when you are fighting, we lost traction. She is just a big distraction. I'm gonna be honest with you, too cute, right? Everybody ain't gonna fall for the same thing. I ain't never fall or find a need to fight with the other side. I don't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck then. I don't give a fuck now. I ain't gonna give a fuck tomorrow. I ain't gonna care next week, next month, and I damn sure ain't gonna give a shit next year. If this shit lasts that long, people go, oh, this been lasting about, and it's gonna last for me until I no longer decide that I choose to speak. If this shit go for 4 years and I decide to speak for the 4 years, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. Because the same way I came into this situation because I witnessed a man being destroyed is the same way I want to leave this situation, witnessing this man hopefully finding his way back. When you do something, the point is to have a result. If you doing something and you leave before there is a result or an outcome, or to know the outcome, because I'm just going to be honest, the only reason why everything is spinning the block and finding its way back, not only because a person want the attention, they trying to keep things hidden. You know how many people came into this situation recently, even though this shit been going for the length of time that it's been going, and they could actually say, oh shit, I didn't know that. I never seen that. I never heard that. I didn't know that even took place. That's like me jumping in for my sister and she's getting jumped, right? And midway through the fight, I just walk off because I feel like, you know what, it don't make sense for me to defend her. We just gonna keep fighting and fighting and fighting. No, I'm going to fight them bitches until my sister is good. I'm not gonna leave her out in the fucking field, because no, that's not, no, come together, leave together. That's the way the fuck I was raised. I'm not gonna leave my sister girl out in the middle of the street. Nah, if we gonna get our ass beat, we gonna get our ass beat together. Period, point blank. If that's the case, there wasn't no need for me to ever jump in with my freedom of fucking speech. A person cannot like me for what it is that I have to say, but that's something that they're going to have to deal with, because I'm still going to say it. And while they mad at me for speaking, I'm just gonna keep on receipting. If the receipts is what made you mad in the first place, let me give them some more. Give them some more. Give them some more. Let me serve this shit. You want a hot meal? Here you go. Here you go. Cause I'ma shut up when I choose to shut up. I don't care how black y'all call me, how colorful y'all call me, what kid y'all choose to talk about. Shit, I talk about my own kids some fucking time. I don't give a fuck. That shit ain't gonna distract shit. Me personally, the only thing I might do is edit your ass in and say, well, shit, so and so had shit today or shit to say, but I don't give a fuck anyway. And then you going to be even madder because the best way to bother somebody is to be unbothered. If us reacting off her abuse caused the ruckus on the internet and the abuse is true, imagine the damage and ruckus in their home and sending prayers. Absolutely. 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 Okay? Listen, this man had to stomach this shit with no stomach. He had to stomach this shit with no stomach. If we can't stomach it, and we got a fucking stomach, imagine a person that had to stomach it without one. The hell? Hoops! Everybody in this situation. It didn't matter whether you mind your business and just stuck to your content. You was attacked in some type of way. Some people just had their blue blockers on. Okay? That's it. So they can talk about. Wait, I don't go over there for nothing. Stay on the DV, ignore the drama. She wants to support the drama, but want her and Booger Boy named quiet. I honestly agree with the factors of her wanting everybody quiet, but see, Tay ain't a liar. I'm a real nigga. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. I be the fuck in those bushes because one thing you supposed to do is stay 2 steps ahead. You see how last week I said that they was going to be bringing Sierra and Desharia out here for them to do what it is that they did? How did you think Tay know it? Nigga, just because you did don't mean that you gotta speak. Every action doesn't call for a reaction. Every action don't call for a reaction. Bitch, I'm not here to listen to you talk about me. I'm here to listen to all the other shit that you have to say that's not on the accuracy. So that way I know the receipts to pull to basically show where the fuck you lying. So I don't have to argue with you personally. My work will speak for itself. And that's how, I mean, just being honest with everything that's going on, even down to the factors of Robert's page being demonetized. Did they stop or did that stop him from showing up on the internet every day? No. No. Because people can't stop what the fuck they ain't start. And me personally, they didn't start that man, so they can't stop that man. The only reason why any of them are coexisting is because of him. If he actually got off the fucking internet, these bitches would be in a drought. These bitches would be the Sahara Desert. What the fuck would they have to talk about? Who would they lie on? They done lied on each other. They done lied on him. They all lied out at this point, friend. So if LaTruth was actually not on, who the fuck would they be speaking of? See, me personally, people say, oh, Tay, only thing you speak of is Bree. That's bullshit. Because I don't bring this shit to my other channel. See, everything ain't for everybody. And you mix and mingle one way, but oil and water don't never mix. And when you don't want people to ruin shit, you don't bring the shit to it. That's just like me basically bringing a nigga to my house and he my op. Why the fuck I'm letting you know where I live, where I'm comfortable, where I get my like? No, it would make no sense. I talk about a host of different shit. I even do content with my kids. I am multi-talented. But if I decided to talk about a bitch for 100 motherfucking days straight, who gonna stop me? Who? Who? I'm a big ass owl on a tree branch right now. Who? But I definitely go over there in they motherfucking bushes. I would be a fool not to. I would be a fool not to. As a content creator, you supposed to be everywhere the information is at. I don't give a fuck about the dumb shit they talking about far as everybody else when the roasting and the toasting. No. I be waiting for the information to be dropping in hot tent. In every case, you always gonna have a person that talk too much, right? That's why they say silence is most times or sometimes some people's best friend. Because some people will try to talk just to make it seem like they running shit, when at the end of the day, they just telling shit. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Because, I mean, the shit they do, if it don't move you, it's a waste of time to you. Do you have a talent in roasting, Abby? It's all a setup. Alexis and I'm chilling. It all be a setup. Why you gonna let somebody destroy something that they didn't create? If you great, stay great. You ain't gotta prove to other people that you great. But we gonna get into the hey Joy. We're going to get into the factors of the destruction. This woman came up here on this internet and didn't give the story about one. She gave the story about three. And as she goes on to the relationship with the next, she act like now it's supposed to be swept under the rug and now it's kept a secret. No. We remember. We remember. Just like that freestyle, that rap that's to the first baby father, I approve that message. Just like cousin Mika is now my fucking cousin too. Fuck that. We out here and we thugging. That's what the fuck we doing. If that's what we doing, that's what we doing. And I'm thugging in this shit because I've been keeping it going. And no matter what the fuck anybody motherfucking tried on this line, what did it stop? I'm just trying to figure out when old Sergeant Thick Tongue gonna respond to Mika. I got my ashtray and my popcorn fucking ready, because the difference is, no, don't talk to the ones that's not talking to you. Talk to the one that's talking directly to you. Your tongue swell up for everything else. Why we ain't hear you say, I'ma help you say it, Mika. You say it, Mika. Right? That's how you say it, because I know people be having trouble pronouncing fucking words. So I'm wondering if the reason why they ain't said the word is because they can't pronounce the word. So I'm going to help them, because I did a short earlier and I was like, yeah, Sergeant Thick Tongue, Mika said you pussy. And I agree with her. I do. We family out here in this bitch. We family out here, because Mika thugging and we thugging right behind her. Okay? Because I be seeing my sister girls, the truth tellers, fuck the failures. We talk about the truth tellers, fuck the failures. Let me say it for you one more again. We talk about the truth tellers, fuck the failures. So I be in my timeline and I be looking, and when I go on my YouTube and shit, and I be looking at and I'm like, look at the truth thing. Look at the truth. Them bitches ain't got no content. At the end of the day, we got live creators and we got content creators. The bitches that ain't creating content is on live content. Okay? And either way, this content gonna be the content, and you gonna get this content, whether you like it or not. But I don't be seeing nothing in there but the little bum ass lives. Anybody could go live and talk shit. That's easy. That's what they used to do in the chat line. They done turned YouTube into the motherfucking chat line. Let me find out. Bitches ain't got nobody in real life. Everybody say they got somebody in real life. All right, well, shit, they said I ain't had no husband. I ain't have no house. I ain't have shit. But I had a voice and you heard it. Woo! Mika! Cousin Tay on the set, baby. What we doing? How Queen Steph set? Because even though she ain't here, what we doing, Bray? wish I had the machine, because I'm saying I was confused on what was supposed to stop. If anything, it didn't turn down. It turned up, because nobody really gave a fuck. My thing is, fuck it. You need money. We do too. I told you this was a business deal a long time ago, boo boo. I mean, let's be realistic. I told you that. You show the shit. Basically, I decipher the shit. I put the real shit out there, the right shit. You get paid for doing dumb shit. I get paid for doing good shit. And this is the system that is systeming. See, I don't have to come up here and get paid for spitting in my phone. I don't want to be spitting all on my screen about a bitch I don't know. After a while, I don't even know how to argue with people I do know. I'ma just be honest, and I'm not arguing with a bitch that I can't touch. I'm not doing that. And I'm not going through that much. I got kids that I give a fuck about. Why would I sit there and do something that makes no sense when I can make dollars? What we doing, Burberry? Because I mean, I'm dropping your words. Every video that we drop is your words. And the funny part, motherfuckers be trying to hit my videos, right? But I'm going to just be honest, and I'm going to make y'all weird something. All of my content is for 18 or over, right? Unless I'm in the videos with my kids, because then you ain't going to hear me saying the things that I'm saying right here, because it ain't about that. It's family, right? But if I'm going to be doing an adult video and it's supposed to be for an adult audience, of course I'm going to make it for 18 and over. And if you are a content creator, just make sure you go back into your settings, into your videos, and make sure that your videos is set to 18 and over. But this is the kicker, right? The videos that they reported for sexual content and nudity. If it's sexual content and nudity, ain't that the fucking point that I'm saying? Because if it's nudity in the video, who the fuck is naked? It sure ain't me. I ain't naked in the video. It wasn't me. It was Bree. Bree ain't had no motherfucking clothes on. She the one who decided to take all them fucking TikTok outfits to the goddamn hotel all the way across motherfucking town and do rail after rail with no fucking clothes on. I just sat there and displayed the same thing that she was displaying. I ain't think everybody got to see it. I ain't think everybody got to see it. So if they saying that there was sexual contact or conduct and nudity, does that not prove me right in the video, baby? Because my whole thing going on, I was saying, Auntie said, why she got her monkey out? Right? Why you got your monkey out? You with kids, right? Suppose it, and with soon-to-be husband, and you selling pussy on the beach? In the sand. You're going to get a wingworm. You're going to get a fucking wingworm. You're going to get a wingworm right downstairs. Go ahead. Hey, Cree. I definitely, anytime I see you live, Joy, if I could get in there, I'm definitely going to be in there. Anytime Tay see anybody live, y'all know I'm going to come in and drop the unicorn, baby. Support is support. All support ain't got to be with the dollar amount. And I definitely appreciate that. But just showing up for somebody, do you know what it probably, people go, oh, he online telling people keep going. This, that, and the third. If somebody is doing something that's good, wouldn't you want to tell them to continue to do something good? I'm not going to sit there and promote fucking negative. And if I see somebody doing something for the right, because none of us came out to be negative, we came out for the positive because we saw the negative. So if a person says continue being positive, what's wrong with it? And why was it nothing wrong with it when other bitches was looking for accolades from the same person? It's like he wanted motherfuckers' name in alphabetical order. I would like to thank my baby father. I like to give a shout out to my baby father. I like to give a shout out to my cousin Hendall down in Detroit. Detroit what? Detroit what? Why would you want something from a man that you say is a certain type of man when the only thing that a lot of people wanted from this man in the first place, and a lot of people got mad because they just wanted him to say my name, say my name. Hey, Queen Fee. I'm telling you, right? I'm telling y'all, what I'm about to say is good. It's gonna make a lot of sense, right? I mean, like, if Robert would have shoved his dick in some of these mouths, they would have been shut a long time ago. They would have been shut a long time ago. They just needed Dick to rub the gums. And because he wasn't trying to provide them none, now he's the enemy of the state. And the ones that didn't want the dick, I don't give a fuck what you say. You wanted the attention from that same person. And because people didn't get the attention or the dick, now we in the mix of shit. We got one crazy bitch over here with 2 new kids because she couldn't get no more of the dick. She was keeping her kid. She's gonna say, well, the baby ain't want to go to school today because she wanted to go to her daddy house. So she ain't take the baby to the school, but she took the baby to the daddy house. But then once the daddy didn't want her showing up at the house no more, then she took the baby to therapy because then she said that the baby was scared of the daddy. And then the daddy had to go to her house to call the police. And then we had a moose in the garage playing Bree gone, but Bree been gone because I wasn't here for her. I didn't call the police for that bitch. Well, I called the police on that bitch before, but not this time. This time I called the police for Amora. I just want you to know I adore you. Right. That's why he called the police. And now I'm a police ass nigga. If I got to be a police ass nigga to call the police to see my motherfucking kids, then the police, it is. How many of you bum bitches not only never had the motherfucker call the police for the kid, he ain't even call you for the kid. Yo, he said, fuck calling the police. Bitch, I'm about to beat my feet. So when you see a man doing man things, it's not of a normalcy. Because bitches ain't used to having a man, baby. But see, if he would have threw dick to gums, right? If he would have threw dick to gums, you would have seen bitches running out here in numbers. Ooh, the truth. Ooh, the truth. Right? When he was skinny, they wanted to feed him. When he was fat, they wanted to help him lose weight. When his teeth is too close together, they say they need to separate. When his teeth was separate, they said they needed to go back together. I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused. So y'all want to be busy striking my shit. Why the fuck you ain't strike your baby daddy in real life? Niggas out here fucking deacons, preachers, and still ain't got the real holy fucking ghost. Ain't got a faithful bone in their motherfucking body. Wait. How? You mean to tell me you done been fucked in the church, by the church, and still ain't got no church in you? Let me say amen. 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 I'm confused, friend. And then yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused. Cause see, you remember, I put it in the video. You see the quivering lip. How many people drop down in the comments if y'all been seeing the quivering lip in my video, right? The quivering lip that Bree is wearing, right? Because that's how she's actually feeling in real life. You can't fool me. That lip gonna quiver and be quivering, because when you come to this internet, we don't see the joy that you say that you live in. And when you faking it to make it, sometimes when you think that you making it, you just faking it. You just faking it, because I'm confused. The only way, see, I'm gonna say it again. Drop down in the comments and let me know. Let me put that on the screen. Let me put that on the screen. Because when you coming up here and covering up the fact that you getting your ass beat, when you was coming out here screaming that you was getting your ass beat in another situation and you wasn't, I'm confused. I'm confused. Let me put that on the screen. Right. I know the fuck I do, Miss Lasonda. I sure do. And that's because when you support the man and not the balls, you're going to come to a situation different. I'm not trying to speak on Robert to fuck Robert. I'm not looking for anything other for Robert than for him to get a good outcome. And when the only thing you want is the best for a person, you're not looking for nothing other than the best for another person. But people that do things for their own benefit, like let's just be serious here, right? You know how they say a shoulder to cry on becomes a dick to ride on, right? That is a real thing. Us as a world, right? Millions of people got to see these two people divorce online, right? Online. If you got to worry about people in your local area when you and your nigga break up or you and your bitch break up, because somebody's going to try your property. How many motherfuckers done have fallen out because this nigga done tried to talk to somebody girl that they was like, what? How many people witnessed them separate? How many people is on that internet because they're attracted or have some type of liking to Brianna? How many people is on there because they have some type of attraction or liking to Robert? So when they seen these two people break up, motherfuckers tried to get in where they fit in. The niggas in the bitches. The niggas and the bitches was on Bree, and the bitches was on LaTruth, baby. And the ones that didn't get a shot started taking shots, throwing shots, filling in shots, and making up fucking shots. And the ones that got a little attention and name was mentioned, they got attacked because the others wasn't that. On Bria courts, how many people don't want to support her? They want to fuck her. Them bald head bitches too. The one with the uneven ankles. Shout it out. I mean, I'm just being honest. Let's be real with this shit. Anytime you sit in your chair so much you start matching that bitch, it's a problem. You in your chair got the same gray fucking stripes. Your hair match your chair. Cause you been in there from there to there. How the fuck you gonna get mad if you supporting a person and you in their situation? How you gonna say you get mad at the situation because you wasn't in agreement with the situation, but you pushing a person away from the situation so you could fit more into the situation, which will bring you closer to the person in the situation? Okay, wait a minute. We not just doing this to make Robert mad. They actually starting to like each other. Wait, she really fucking him? Wait, she really getting pole? Oh, shit. Didn't I tell you she was a fucking clitoris? Didn't I tell you she was a clitoris? And anytime she sees Brianna, her head comes out. Her head comes out. It's not about the factors of defending or proving anything wrong. It ain't got nothing to do. It didn't matter nothing. The factors is that what we doing goes against the factors of Brianna. So a person that's trying to go and get closer to Brianna, they're going to try to block anything that has any type of effect or closeness to said fucking person. I mean, am I too far off? Hey, Peachy Queen, how you doing, girl? I was all up in your videos last night. Sure was. Because I'm going to tell you, Tay gonna bring a little funny, but I'm gonna bring a whole lot of facts. Okay? And the facts will remain the motherfucking facts. And y'all tried to hide the factors of the facts. And the fact is that John Nail is the real motherfucking abuser. So I don't give a fuck how many little heads y'all put up there as thumbnails of Robert. I don't give a fuck how many. It doesn't change the situation. The truth will always be the motherfucking truth. No matter how many, see, you only got to tell the truth one time, right? And that time is going to be the time. And most times people don't like the truth. That's why it's causing the disturbance that it's causing. Because if it was no truth to what it was that we were saying, it wouldn't be the outcome that it is. It's like, why don't they just shut up already with this fucking narrative? But it's not a narrative if it's accurate. Everybody has proof of what they're saying in this case. If I say Jonell X is the real abuser, that's because I have a picture of abuse that this person has done. Anyway, other than that, it would be an allegation. But for people to come out and shit, I don't even know what the fuck the call that they did the shit. I don't even know what name to give it. Attack, bomb, dual type of shit. Like, I don't know. I think at some point in time, Robert be walking around with what's that shit called? Kryptonite in his pocket to just ward all you crazy motherfuckers off. Because if I'm going to act like anybody in this situation, I'm going to act like him, and that's unbothered. But if we're going to put the facts to something, the fact is, what about this proof of this abuser? Let's talk about that. I mean, me personally, if y'all worried about somebody hurting Bree and it's supposed to be about her safety, maybe she's in fear for her life. Maybe she was forced to come out here and make things right, to clean up another person's, how can I say, character, being that they destroyed it. When you in a DV situation, sometimes you stay in DV because of fear, baby. So we don't know. So my thing is, the more we bring awareness, the maybe more courage a person will receive to be able to leave. I mean, if you care about a person, you wouldn't want them to stay in a situation where they can be, how can I say, hurt, right? And if you know of a person being hurt, because see, even in situations you have to deal with DV delicately. You don't want to basically come at a person a certain type of way, and then they cut the outside off, and now they stuck in the situation that they in, and the outside has no information. But if the outside has the information, then I think that the information should be shared. You could save a life. Why destroy a life when you can save one? Why the time that y'all put into trying to make Robert wrong, why don't y'all put that time into making y'all friend's situation right? Because over here it seemed like we knew more about the cover-up before the cover-up was covered up. Because when the picture came out, I'm trying to figure out who fell for it. Nobody. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody. Nobody, nobody. Hey, Lily. I get so hyped when you Lily, I done got so excited for you, girl. I done kicked myself the hell out. I done kicked my That's right. Save the children. Definitely so. Definitely save the children. So me personally, I don't have a personal vendetta towards anybody. I don't personally know anybody to have that type of energy towards anybody. But see something, say something. If I know of a situation, what type of person would I be not to speak on it? If I know the right instead of the wrong. if you could correct something, why not? Why not? That don't mean people gonna like the fact is that you fixed it. Some people get comfortable with things being broken. Thank you, Star. Appreciate you. Definitely do. Some people like things being broken. They get comfortable with things being broken. So they not going to see fit to do anything to change it. That's why a lot of people stay in the situations that they in for so many, like such a long length of time. You know how many people been in a job or a career that they don't like, but they comfortable with the factors of knowing that if I go to this place, I know that I'm going to get this certain amount of money, and I'm too scared to leave here and actually have faith in myself because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in someplace else. So as long as I stay here, I know that I'm comfortable with receiving what it is that I'm receiving, even though I'm not actually comfortable with receiving what I'm receiving. I'm just comfortable knowing that this is a place that I can receive what I receive from rather than having the fear of receiving none. You understand? And that's why a lot of people be afraid to talk about different content. But if you had common sense, then you would know that numbers is always going to be numbers, friend. Just because you don't get 10,000 on one video, that don't mean that it don't calculate to 10,000 with four of them put together. So if I have 300 that watched this video and 300 that watched that video and 300, that's 900 right there. After a while, it's going to start to pick up because as long as I'm consistent, then numbers is going to be consistently added on. I don't give a fuck if it's one or two. It doesn't matter. I'm not in competition with nobody but myself. Hey, T Love, thank you so much. I'm not in competition with nobody but myself. And that's to be a better me than what I was. Do you understand? So anything that I'm doing differently today, other than or rather than the way I was doing it yesterday, and it's for the betterment of me, then I would say that that is a great thing. I'm not going to come and spend my time on something that's not going to benefit me in no type of way. You know how many how many people done came in my chat because everybody that's in the bushes is not an op. So you got to be careful what you say. Some people be in the bushes catching splinters, but some people actually be in the bushes listening. Do you understand? And those be the people that reach out or have reached out to me when I'm not online to give me an opportunity offline. Listen, I was in your live earlier. You know, I didn't comment or whatever, but I was listening to what you had to say and you actually made some good points. I was wondering if you could actually come and speak on another situation that's going on over here or give your opinion on this situation. I didn't get brand deals by worrying about what the next bitch was doing on her platform. When Sonic reached out to Tay, Sonic wanted Tay to talk about they French fries, they drinks, and anything else that they sell. They didn't want me to get on my platform and be like, hey, well, you know, I seen so-and-so eat Sonic the other day. That's a bum-ass fat bitch. She ain't got this, she ain't got that. But no, they don't give a fuck about that. If anything, they just want the fat bitch to come and buy some French fries. So if you can do a live that's positive to bring in enough collective, then at the end of the day, your options on business will be different. You never know who watching. Say it, Tabby. I don't think they heard you. I always bring this up, but do you think that I ever expected for Ayana to come in my comments? She out here in the world fixing people's lives. How she got time to stop in my chat? But I was appreciative of that. And when a person is sitting there and they listening to you as a person. What's your point of views? They don't want to hear what's your point of views on the bitch over there. They want to hear your point of views on the situation that you came to speak on. Okay, what is this person talking about? What facts do they have? How can you understand? Maybe even if I decided to look into this far as on further information, I can actually see what a person was talking about. I don't want to look into the next bitch. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Okay? You got a person that's over there. Let's be honest, right? All type of situations was put out on a person as if they was a monster. Kids was scared of them, this, that, and the third. But it's crazy. Who live was I watching earlier? Who live was I watching? Y'all know I smoked weed, so I'm gonna have to get back to that part of who live I was watching, because y'all know I be watching all y'all live, right? But I don't think that if my kids was in fear, if I'm in a hospital and I'm not there, the first place my kids would go is to the person that they in fear of. And me personally, the interaction that we seen just within those couple of minutes was everything. He checked in on those kids and found out what, hey, you got some money, what you doing? This, that, and the third. He raced with them. He gave them their time. He let them know that they was important. And me personally, I didn't see no fear in them kids' eyes when they jumped out that van, car, whatever you want to call it. I think it's really sad that they actually have to be in the middle of this real bad. Because if they see the factors of if a person want to say the shit that people say online, they also get to see their sister having a great time online when she goes where it is that she goes, when they where they at, and they not getting the same interaction. That can cause jealousy, because while we forced to lay up in this crib with this nigga now, oh fuck, we done got old enough where we could watch ourselves for a couple of hours. Anytime a bitch decide to get up and dip, that's gonna be it. Long as she over there at her father crib. It's like we know. I don't see Jarnell go out and get haircuts with the boys, but I see he always got a shape up, but they always got on a hat. I don't see him go out and play basketball with the boys, but he always playing around. I would think that the best time to have playtime is with kids. That would be the best time while he's doing what he's doing with the boys. She would be able to do what she's doing with the girls. And just because you going to church, like I said, that don't rinse you of your fucking sins that you done created all motherfucking week. Some people think that, but if you gonna go to church and leave church and do the same goddamn thing, what did it mean? You could have spent that time going to get them kids here done. At least for Easter Sunday, they would have been fresh. They couldn't even get that. Sis had on Air Max, a whole Nike Pro suit, right? Right, right, right. She's doing cartwheels with her daughter in the grass, right? With her 3-day outfit on, because she had that outfit on for 3 days. You know it's gonna be in my next video, because I'm going to share Shay Reacts fucking video. When you see good information, you put good information out there. And I think the people should know, okay, that this one is wearing Nike Pro, but then her daughter clothes is 3 days old. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because I'm telling you, bitch, you bring me to court for a TPO. Me, my 6 kids, and my grandkids is coming. All of us. We got PTSD. I couldn't leave my kids with no babysitter because I'm scared of everything. I don't take my kids to the bus stop no more. I'm telling you. So we just putting this on goddamn record. Oh, shit. What's that behind me? Oh, shit. Thought it was a fan. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So just let me do my motherfucking job. Okay. If you want the narrative to change, then the actions will have to change first. People can't report because see, I'm not gonna come out here and lie. And if I came out here and showed anything other than the things that you do, I would be lying for you too. And why would I show people a different view of you when the view is supposed to be you? That would make no sense. That is really sad, Veronica. But we got people over across the way got the nerve to be calling people ugly. What? I'm ugly, but I changed my clothes maybe within the last 3 days. What the fuck? That's what somebody could say. What do somebody being ugly got to do with the factors of maintaining? My kids' clothes was changed within the last 3 days. So you gonna get mad that I put in a video that your friend ain't changed the little girl clothes within 3 days, but you didn't say nothing about her not changing the clothes for 3 days, but her having on Nike Pro. Right? Every time Jarnell goes to a premiere, I don't never see him woofing. I don't never see him woofing. He always got a line. Mm-hmm. 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 And I ain't never seen nobody when the conversation see, because I'm a realist again. I ain't seen nobody say nothing about the factors of the kids, and the ones that did say something about the kids, if it had anything to do with looks, they said that they looked at like him. So unless you mad that your nigga ugly, that would be something that you got to deal with, because if you think he fine, you would think that the kids is fine too, right? If people say they look like him, and if you think that he a big step, a big pepper in the looks of God, I don't understand what could have been said wrong. You are so correct. I am from Jersey, worked in New York. She is true to her because I am. That's why I love her so much. Al, thank you. I don't know why they want to come here and waste people time. All right. Steph got better things to do than sitting in the goddamn courtroom with you. If you wanted to meet everybody, that's all the fuck you had to say. We could have just had a meet and greet, baby, and had a conversation like some adults. And I would have told you to your face, like, you fucked up, right? You could have would about that situation another way, because you be having adult temper tantrums, baby. And being that adults don't get spanking, well, shit, if you in a DV situation, that's an adult spanking. But being that adults don't get disciplined a lot of the times for their actions, they think that what they're doing is okay, because can't nobody change it. That's the way that they feel. But that doesn't mean that. And a person be actually up here having adult tantrums when they don't get their way. They act out, and when they calm down and things go back to normal, they think everybody's supposed to forget about the tantrum that they just had. But it don't go like that. That's just like you telling your child, you're going to sit at that table until you eat that food. They going to pout. Some may try to fall asleep. Some may try to sneak and throw the food in the garbage. Some may just have a goddamn breakdown, meltdown. I can't do it. I can't eat no more. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. But that doesn't change the fact that you're not telling them to eat the food because you're trying to be mean to them. You're telling them to eat the food because you know that they need to eat. You telling a person to tell the truth because lying is unhealthy. The same way you telling a person to sit there and they not going to move until they eat that food because they need to eat to stay healthy. You're going to have to at some point tell a liar, listen, you're not going to be healthy until you start to tell the truth. Not more lies. Rihanna definitely the kind of narcissist that will boldly say some shit that will make you in line. She said this man put a hit out on her. Where was the hit? Did we forget this type of stuff in the how far-fetched this girl was willing to go? Like, did we forget? And the only time a person went further and further is when they got more and more rejected. If they was still getting frog legged by the first main, then at the end of the day, we wouldn't be here today. It's just when they get rejected, baby, all hell and everybody got to pay. And anybody that's attached becomes a casualty. Because it's like, listen, these bitches don't know him. What reason they got to speak up for him for? Because when there is wrong, there is people that will be for the right. Just like there's people for the wrong. That's why people have options. You could do right or you could do wrong. Just like those that chose to do wrong, there was some that chose to do right. And just like we're not able to control those that decided to do wrong, you can't stop people from doing what's right. So because you think that you talk about me or try to throw strikes or whatever the fuck y'all choose to do, I don't know. I don't know. It don't need, that's how much I don't even pay attention to it. But it's not gonna stop me from speaking on what's right and what's wrong. And what's right in this situation is the fact is that a person is going to have to come out here and clean up their wrong. And until they clean up their wrong, nothing's going to be all right. Because even if I stop today, another person stopped tomorrow. If Lupac didn't speak and Upper didn't say a word and Harmony decided to just laugh at the church peoples, do you understand what I'm saying? You still got Auntie Pimo. You still got my 2 cents. You still got keeping it real with G. You still got a multitude of other content creators that's coming up and seeing the same thing and choose to speak. How did Shay Reacts get here? How did Summer Room get here? How did at one point in time 2K get here? If something that is a trending topic pop up into your news feed and that is what you are here for, baby, you are going to pay attention. Some may stick a little bit longer than others, but it's still the factors of the notice. And it was spoken on. It didn't take 2K long before he realized that the uneven ankle lady was a fucking worm. Nigga, once he found out that she was a veteran and doctored up some shit to create some shit, her credibility was shot from there. And that's how it should have been from anybody else. How can I trust anything that you say when you basically coming to me telling me that you a liar? That just lets me know what you are capable of. It's just the next time that you decide to do some shit, you just might not tell the shit. And in this case, I don't even know if you was telling because you had a change of heart or you was basically trying to tell on yourself before somebody else told on you. That's like a nigga knowing he done cheated on his bitch and he know that the next bitch gonna call at some point. He just don't know when the bitch gonna call because he know him and that bitch done got into an argument. He prepared himself, but nah, that bitch crazy. She just tripping because I don't want to talk to that bitch. I ain't paying that bitch no mind. I ain't paid that bitch no mind. Ain't spoke to that. Do you understand what it is that I'm saying? Because they're going to clean or want to clean up the mess before it becomes a mess. Like, listen, let me tell on myself, but listen, you know I used to fuck with that bitch, but she just mad I won't fuck her no more or give her no time because she know I'm fucking with you. Exclusive. Right. Hi, I'm Chosen. Hey, everybody that came in. If I did not speak, I'm sorry. I'm definitely taking this time to acknowledge everybody. I'm on my phone and not on my laptop. So I don't know what stream y'all got going on, right? They got this. Wait, let me see. I'm gonna share my referral link in the chat because Somebody had asked me for the StreamYard link anyway. So Eminem, there you go. I think I shared it in the chat. Being that it's blocking the chat anyway, I might as well. I guess they put it there so they feel that's the only thing they want you to fucking share is the link. That's see, people doing things for their own benefit. But don't get caught in this situation with these people or any people when it comes down to the factors of you standing for a purpose. If Dr. Martin Luther King would have got distracted, our asses would never be free. Okay? I'm saying, am I wrong? If Dr. King would have gave up with all the adversity that he was facing, right? Adversity. Am I saying the word right? I think I'm saying the word right. With all that he faced, if he continued to focus on what he was facing instead of the outcome he was trying to have, would he have ever reached his outcome? No. Throughout the process of him trying to reach his outcome, was people still being beat? Yes. Was people still enslaved? Yes, because he hadn't got to the outcome yet. That was the factors of what he was going for. But if he stopped midway in the process to defend what he was trying to stop in the first place, would he have ever paid attention to the factors of stopping it? No, he would have got caught back there. People literally got shot to make a change. And the point that I'm making, because listen, I ain't trying to get shot for nobody. Let me just put that out there. That wasn't the point in where I was going. The point that I was making is when a person finds what they have has purpose and it possibly can save a collectible or multitude of people, moving forward within the factors of making sure that that purpose gets served will be a great thing. And seeing this man come up where we seen him get knocked down, I think that would be a great thing, because I said in my videos, I've never sat there. I wouldn't want it. People got kids to take care of, bills to pay, and all type of things. Anytime that a person thinks to affect another person by taking money out of their mouth, I think that's the weakest shit ever. I think that that's the weakest shit ever. And just because other people do something, that don't mean that I'm in return going to do something too. I ain't no follower, nigga. I'm a leader. I'm a leader. And even though a lot of people on this side, or if they want to call it side, it's just a lot of people that believe within the same thing. So you can still agree to disagree. Just because we agree on Robert, that don't mean that we gonna agree on tuna fish. That don't mean we gonna agree on barbecue ribs. Some people don't even eat fucking pork, even though it's beef ribs. You can't just go hand somebody something. It has to be to their liking or to their intake. And if it's not to a person's liking or to a person's intake, you can't force it on them. How you gonna force pork on a person that don't eat pork? Hmm? Hmm? But to sit there and go, you know what? I'm gonna strike this person's page, and that's some weak ass shit. Because if a person is doing what it is that they saying that they doing, then their outcome is going to be their outcome. You don't have to get dirty to prove that another person is dirty. What would make you any goddamn different? If a person is dirty, their dirtiness is going to show. You shouldn't have to get down and be like, listen, I'm doing this dirt to show that this person is dirt. When a person is dirt, you ain't got to do no dirt. They all the dirt that's gonna be dirt. That need to be dirt for people to recognize that it's dirt. When you go outside and you see a tree, you know it's a fucking tree, right? If somebody go, hey, what's that right there? You're gonna go a tree. Now, if somebody say, hey, that's not a tree, that's a car, you're gonna go, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That is not no motherfucking, that's not no car. That is a tree. And I don't care how much you try to make me believe that that is a car. My common sense knows that that's a motherfucking tree. So because you can't convince me to think the way that you do, don't try to now go, you know what? Because I can't mind fuck you. Now I'm not only going to try to manipulate you and attack you, I'm gonna try to hit you where it hurt. Family, finances. You like an ex a person can't get rid of. You creating the same actions that everybody is bringing forth to the forefront about another person. A person got divorced. They got left after lying for months to their supporters, saying that they was the one that went for the divorce, and that wasn't the case. And once they realized that another person was dead ass serious, they was dead ass heartbroken and used the internet as a defense system to attack not only the person but everything that was attached to them: family, friends, finances, and anything else that came along as a collective, even down to at some point making their own kid a casualty. Because the moose, he need his ass beat. I still want to fuck him up for having that baby in that doorway. Uh-huh. I still, you don't play with nobody kid. You don't play with nobody kid at the factors of being in the doorway and saying, oh, you want to go to Robert house? Who the fuck is Robert? Who is that? Who is that? And these women get with men, and it look at royalty. Not for nothing. Sorry to switch the subject. Okay, but I know y'all seen CJ so cool getting into her ass. He said they poor, they hungry, they sharing out of one plate to fucking eat. Now, some people may feel that a person is being kind of harsh, right? Or going a little bit too far, or he might got his own shit with him, right? But the shit that he's saying about them, even though it may be harsh, is true. The shit that a person and people brung to the internet to destroy another person. Look at royalty's actions. Look at how she allowed this man into. She met him at a club. Brianna met Robert online. She drove millions of miles with her kids in car in said kidnapping van, right? Royalty met CJ in a club and brung the nigga home, and he never left. Do we see the similarity? Chow, chow, chow. Chow, chow, chow. So now, because a person has the evidence to defend themselves, like, all right, CJ played his part. He said, I'm gonna wait till the report comes out to say that I'm innocent, and then I'm going to show my motherfucking ass. Because if I do what I do before, then I don't have to speak to defend myself, because what needs to come out is going to defend me, which is the damn truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, once a person got the truth on their side, you're gonna have people that's going to try to lie. They can't afford for the truth to get out for themselves. Now, look at the life that royalty kids have to live. And I'm going to just be honest. I feel sorry for them goddamn kids. I feel sorry for them kids. And I'm going to tell you why I feel sorry for them kids. Nigga, I'm going to be honest with you because I'm a real ass woman. I feel sorry for my kids for some of the actions and the shit that I've did throughout my fucking life. Because in life, you make mistakes. Nobody is fucking perfect. It's not the mistake that you make. It's the thing that you do after. Do you understand what I'm saying? And as you a person that's going through life, you're not going to do everything right. It's some things that I've done that I'm pretty sure that my kids have or will disagree with. You have to be honest. But I feel sorry for them kids because for them to be in a predicament where we fight as parents to change our kids' life on an everyday base. I know that's what the fuck I'm out here doing, trying to make sure that my kids don't have to live the same life that I did, regardless to whether I thought that it was good or bad. I wanted to be better for them, right? So for you to be able to get your kids and yourself in better situations and change the outcome in which normal people or other people have, and be able to put your kids in a better situation, and then because of your emotions and not your logic, it don't only affect you, it affects them the most, because the kids don't never have a decision making in the situation. They just have to go where they know. Just being realistic. And most times is with the mother. So even if they don't agree with the mother because they're not old enough or at an age to make a decision for themselves, they have to go with the decision that's made for them, even if they disagree. And then that put kids in a situation like, damn, if I say certain things, I don't want my mother to feel like I might be going against what she feel or whatever the case may be, because I don't want to be wrong. It makes them feel like they in the middle of situations. How the fuck people tell kids to stay kids, but then they be caught in adult situations? That van barely made it to ATL. You ain't motherfucking lying. Not for nothing. You is not lying. That shit had a hope and a prayer. But he don't want them dolls shown. Listen, that's what I said in my, he don't want his whatever possession shown. That's his. He don't want what's his to be shown. But he was willing to play with somebody else's something online for millions of people to see it. And if a person was a crash dummy, that would have been all it took to trick a person off the street. But they said, I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna get my kid with me. I'm gonna get my kid with me. And now, if this sad person allows sad person to do any goddamn thing, it'll be a liability, and my child might possibly permanently be with me. So go ahead and play with me if you want to. What we doing, Burberry? Well, I'm gonna fight you online where I can fight you where it matters. I don't know none of these motherfuckers online, and at the end of the day, I might not get the outcome that I'm looking for. When I can go into a court of law and do things the right way and get all of the outcomes that I need. You drop the picture, go to jail. Don't collect $200. You keep my kid, I go for visitation. I mean, I don't give a fuck whether you take me for child support. At least I know my child is getting money in a situation to take care, be taken care of. Because apparently, all of your money is getting taken care of by a nickel. How Auntie say, by a nickel. So yeah, a real man is gonna do a real thing. Listen, if I gotta pay child support, okay, I'm gonna pay child support and I'm gonna still pick my kid up. Because that don't mean nothing. That's not stopping nothing. Ain't nothing stopping nothing. Because I'ma still show up and show out. And that's why people is mad. They say he used his kid as a content kid, but didn't they make and start that narrative together? Oh, it was okay when it was a family decision. Listen, the baby whole life expectancy was on the internet, baby. She had all type of internet aunties and uncles around the world. Not only her, but the oldest three as well. When Bree used to be on live and she used to be, do y'all remember when they was going to Jamaica? When they was going to Jamaica and she was opening the packages for Jamaica online, and she was explaining the reason why she was getting a second marriage. a second, get married the second time to the same person. Right. Normally, when you do that, you want to be there, especially when you the person saying that you paid for it yourself. Now, I ain't never seen Atlanta niggerdom where now unless a motherfucker said, listen, you gonna marry me again and you gonna pay for it. Make it make sense. But when this person was on that live, the child was on the live with her, and they was participating in the factors of the sending of the stars, right? It used to be a clean environment where children was able to be involved. This is why they all had their own pages to start generational wealth. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not only could you get paid on your parents page, but we can also start a collectible account for them to get paid on their own pages. So at some point in time, they will be able to take over their own shit online. But who knew that this is where the situation was going to go? That's why now the kids ain't able to grow. And now they saying that the kids is just for show. And it wasn't supposed to never be like that before. That was all balls too. It wasn't though. It was supposed to be a positive, profitable thing for a family that was growing. Okay. We're all content creators. At the end of the day, you will come and get something different from each direction because it's family content. All of us fell in love with the factors of the family content. I know damn well a lot of people didn't fall in love with the factors of this shit. I know that's right. But he don't want them right. OMG thinks it's the only one not speaking hell. That's an admission of guilt. I'm just being honest. If a person did speak, what would they say? If a person did speak, what would they say? Speak for what? You know how they say actions speak louder than words? When actions is speaking, the words is unnecessary sometimes. Is no need. The action said all that was need to be said. If a person did speak, let's be honest about this here. They will only be able to say one of or two things. Either they would tell a lie and say that they didn't do it when we have the proof that they did, or they would say that they did do it and have to bring the factors of the acknowledgement, would also make them guilty. As long as they didn't say nothing, they feel like, well, fuck it. People would know that I'm guilty to an extent, but as long as I don't come and claim the guilt, that still makes me semi-innocent. Once a person come on the internet, you can't erase that. That's why we where we at today. One of a kind. Hey, that's why we where we at today. It cannot be erased. If that man came on the internet, what would he actually say? What? Oh no, I didn't do it. And then he would be bombarded with, look, we got this, and this is this, and this is this. And then if he did come out and say that he did do it at the end of the day, what would he receive? Possibly other than more hate. Because I'm just gonna be honest, who's gonna listen? You a good man for coming out and saying that you beat on a woman. You know you really a stand-up guy. How would that actually go? So I'm confused. Actions speak louder than words in a lot of situations. Hey, Freddie Miller. Hey, Tokyo Blues. His actions has spoke for him. And then the picture turned the volume up. See, in another situation, I'm going to always go back. A person's actions didn't speak volumes, because even though a person came out and put a story on a man and it wasn't no proof, it was definitely unbelievable. Like, wait a minute, nah. I don't really get that too much from a person. Hey, Lakeith, you ain't never late, baby. You always right on time. God put you where you need to be when you need to be there. Okay. But my thing is, a person was punished without no facts. You see how easy people could do that? Like, even though a person's characteristics do not match the character that a person was putting out here, Robert does not seem like the type of person, but that doesn't mean that a person is not a type of person. We all know, if we are or have been in a DV situation, sometimes people don't show themselves in front of other people. They can turn the switch on and turn the switch off. But even in cases when a person didn't know that they were being recorded, even though there was an argument, you still got to see who the aggressor was, baby, even though they called themselves recording another person's for their own self. Why is she letting that abuser play with her? Exactly. You want to come out here and brag that you could spend 200,000 on a man, but we ain't never seen you spend that between your 4 children. And rent and food don't count. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. So just because you put, I hate for parents that I put a roof over your head and food in your belly, bitch. If you don't, you're going to jail. Bitch, if you don't, you're going to jail. So I'm confused. Why are you throwing that up like you're supposed to get kudos for that? It's the things that you put into your children that make you a parent. Not just the factors of you being a parent. Anybody could become a parent. And I don't mean this in a shottish type of way, but even people with disabilities that, I don't like to use the word, but even people that don't have fully functional mind states as an adult and operate as a child, their body is still able to do things that adult bodies do, because the body is an adult, the mental is not. So just because the mental is not an adult, that doesn't mean that the body is still not going to process as an adult. But just because the body is able to process something, that doesn't mean that the mental is able to handle it. Everybody that has a baby don't need a baby. Every bitch that had a baby, that don't mean that she was mentally there to be able to raise a baby. If she's not capable of handling herself with care, how could she possibly ever be able to handle something else with care? It's not within her likeness. If a person is worried about them being cared for and their needs being met, they don't have time to be the meat of somebody else's need unless it's going to benefit them. She feels like meeting the needs of the man that she's with and putting those things into him, it pays off for her benefit, not knowing her children is what makes her more beneficial than anything. 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 And I stand on that. That's why Miss Pat ain't with the functions. You're not gonna parade me online and play with me like I'm no fucking child, because I'm not no kid. I'm going to show up when it's needed, okay? After that little fucking stunt that a person, I'm pregnant. pregnant. Some may have looked at it like, oh, she was just surprising. No, but some people do things to be vindictive and petty at the same time. Like, bitch, you thought you was gonna get rid of me? I'm here forever. And when you dealing with somebody that has a childish like mind, that's the type of outcome you will receive for them. But if it ever came to the fact is of she needed to step up in the situation, that probably and possibly would be the only time you would see that lady. Hey, CC the Queen, save the children. Say it again. She done came out here and called that lady all type of whores and 304s. How you call this man mama a hoe? That's what got her choked in the first place. She said, yo, mama, I bet you she won't play the dozens no more. That's what they used to call that shit back in the days, playing the dozens. You talk about the wrong person, mama, your ass gonna get fixed. Cause you never know what situation you tampering with. A person could have just lost their mother, or you don't know what, or if their situation was horrific. And you might be the straw that breaks the camel back. And apparently, a person found that out real quick, baby. I play with a lot of things, but I don't play with my mother. I don't play with my mother. Call him a mommy's boy. Call him Mr. You gonna respect my shit. I bet you that bitch won't ever do that shit again. And me personally, she's still disrespecting a nigga. Cause how you still coming up on the internet to defend some old shit that you created? If you focused on a new nigga that you focused on, then focused on a new nigga that you focused on. I mean, just being honest, they still talking about Chris Brown and Riri, and they ain't been together for years. You don't see nobody coming to the internet, not them, him, they, or she, saying anything, baby. That shit is the past, baby. And if I'm in a new relationship, if I'm moving forward, if it ain't got nothing to do with the now, it ain't got nothing to do with the now. But the reason why a person is trying to distract from the now, because the now is where the noise is at. The now is where the noise is at. Don't call this man daddy a crackhead. Called his mama a whore. Ooh, child. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, girl, you was playing with your life, and you noticed that when you couldn't breathe for about 2 seconds. I'm telling you. Pat ran like Forrest Gump. I'm fucking dead. But for real, anything that you do in life, it has make it purposeful. Even though I come up here and I talk about what it is that we all see what's going on, I'm still talking to y'all and keep kicking the willy bobo with y'all like y'all my peoples, because y'all actually my peoples. It's not hard to have a conversation. And if you are going to have a conversation, then even though you start a conversation about one thing, that doesn't mean that that conversation has to end on the same thing. We can go from talking about Brianna to the factors of mental health, mental wealth, and DV itself, because it's a situation, all three, that somebody could relate to, baby. We go through chapters in our life, and where you was in chapter 2 may not be the same person and where you at when once you get to chapter 16. And every L is not a loss. A lot of L's be lessons. And that's why people repeat the same things over and over again, because until that lesson is learned, you're going to get that same problem over and over again until you figure it out. So you may be blocking your own blessings in a lot of situations by not moving forward, because what's behind you is going to stay behind you if you leave it there. The only way what's behind you becomes a backup part of you if you keep looking behind you to check it out. If you're no longer in that space, you no longer need that view. I learned a lot of things from people, places, and things in my life that I'm no longer attached to. But a lot of it built me and helped me get where it is that I'm at to be able to have the opinions that I have. Some things you don't just speak on because it's something that everybody is speaking on. A lot of people spoke on this because it was something that they related to, regardless to whether it was them themselves in a situation or maybe someone that they knew. And some people are not only the factors of someone that been through something, but some people are saviors through something. You never know who you can come attached to in your darkest time that can be the light. You never know who can be the light in a dark situation. But if you try to fight dark with dark, where's the light supposed to come from? I'd rather continue to shine my light and possibly show somebody else the way, because a person can see a light from a mile away. You see how the fuck Batman used to put his bat symbol in the fucking sky? And that's how he knew that his services was of need. Your light is going to shine and it's going to show somebody or lead somebody to the way. But in darkness, only thing you is going to be able to do is feel around for a way out versus seeing a way out. I'd rather see myself out of a situation. Yo, I'm dead. Hey, Kansas. Hey, girl. That's crazy. I was in your house earlier. Now you done came to visit me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab you a water, grab you a shot, whatever you need to make it hot. Come on over here on Take Couch and get comfortable. Bree is definite. Listen, okay, I'm going to just tell you something. And this is a real thing. All right. Why do people say when a child grows up a certain type of way, or when a parent describes a child a certain, they go, oh, you act just like your parents, you act just like so and so. People pick up behaviors as they grow, and they will take those behaviors that they pick up into other situations with them. Okay, now I'm gonna just be honest with you. We don't know the type of impact a person's first relationship had, because it sounded as if it was toxic. A person was married, making babies, so there was arguments, I'm pretty sure. And then they say that a person was together at a certain age. So me personally, you still a child. Do you understand? Trying to be fast at that age, right? So the things that was taking place in that relationship for a person to gain the control in which they was seeking or searching for, even to keep a person in a situation while they're married and have 3 babies, okay? It's toxicity. So they're going to take that same toxic trait from that situation into their next situation. And if they just so happen to bump into somebody that's into the same situations, it become like a twin flame situation. But the problem in her and Robert's situation, he wasn't with that toxic shit. We might argue because it's normal for people to argue. We might go through things because people go through things. That's a normal thing. Okay. It's going to be some bumps in the road. We may speak for a day or two. We may walk around the house aggravated like a motherfucker. You look at your old bald headed ass over there. You over there looking just as bald headed. But at the end of the day, going through something and causing a person to go through something is something totally different. Because if we go through something, we supposed to grow through something together. But anytime we are going through something and you trying to put me through something that I may not grow through at all, That's a whole different ball game. That's toxic shit. And I need to get away from it, because if I don't leave this time, it may not be another time for me to be able to leave. And if I think I might end up in jail or hell, it's time for me to go. And the actions of another person lets us know. If you was sneaky, who the fuck gotta take sneaky pics of their husband dick? Who does that? Who does that? Who does that? Cause me personally, if I'm gonna take pics of my husband dick, I'm gonna take pics of my husband. Ooh, daddy, look at that dicking right there. I'm not gonna and then, or if you know how sometimes you catch a person in a moment, like, you know what, that's the person. Ooh, look at them over there, and you snap a pic. It's not going to be a picture that's going to be placed in the factors of embarrassment. I'm confused. Don't worry about who I know. Well, hey Mercedes, who worrying about who you know? What you done said in here that you had to say that? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. John told his mother he didn't. You don't have to be with her to take. That's just what she said, Mercedes. Sure enough. Sure enough. You do not got to be with that girl to take care of them goddamn kids. If you got the kids, you grab the kids. Let's go. Listen, until you grab them kids and let's go, you on your goddamn own. Okay? But yeah, just because we in a relationship and we go through things, that don't mean that I'm gonna be doing things to try to destroy you as a whole person. Shit, we just mad. That's it. But when you try to do things because you don't want, it comes off as because you don't want me to be with nobody else on some, oh, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. I will destroy everything that has to do with you type shit. Imagine sleeping with the fucking enemy. You had your op in the bed the whole time because a person wasn't actually going through anything that was not for the betterment of them and their children, if you ask me, because the life that they was living then and the life that they are living now. Remember what I said about actions speaking louder than words? I would think that if you was being abused in that situation, that would be a reason for the kids to have the same clothes on for 3 days, because you were fucked up. You were fucked up. So yeah, I was fucked up. The kids had hard shit. I was going through things. But it's just a coincidence that in this situation, right, where you saying you so happy and everything is roses, kids here ain't cut, kids ain't changing their clothes, ain't going nowhere fun. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. That's right. Save the children. Hashtag save the children. Stay with that all day. Definitely save the children. I tried to send one. It won't let me. I have no idea what's going on. Hey, Beverly. Hey, Lake Pretty. I'm happy you caught my live as well. But I'm going to just tell y'all, for the people that's out here that is definitely a voice, continue to be a voice, because you never know who can hear your voice and your voice can help. I don't give a fuck if I came up here, and I'm going to be realistic, because when I come, I'm realistic, okay? I'm not saying I'm the smartest person. I ain't saying that I'm the wealthiest person, because everybody rich is not the same. My rich may not be your rich, and your rich may not be my rich, but we can be rich together mentally and healthily. If we could come, I don't know if healthily is a word. I've never heard that one before. Healthily. That shit don't sound right to me, but if it ain't a word, I made it a word today. Okay? Mentally and healthily. The more mentally healthy people that we have within this world, the better off this world will be. Because a lot of people will take their displacement within life and the anger that they have and take it out on people where it is unnecessary. I'm going to be honest. A lot of the times, a lot of people, the only family that they have is on these internet streets. If they don't come on the internet, they don't have no activity, baby. They don't. And they won't, because people go, oh, I got people in my real life. Even though, okay, I'm just going to be honest. People that got people in their real life, they're going to have to interact with those people in their real life. Like me personally, how I'm doing this live, I'm going to sum it up in a little bit much, because at the end of the day, in my real life, I gotta get up at 5:30 in the morning to wake up kids to make sure that they get to the bus stop. And I'm not one of those mothers that just wake kids up in the morning. I don't give a fuck if my kids can dress themselves. I want to be physically active. We gonna conversate. We gonna shoot some shit. I might make some breakfast. At the end of the day, I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna make sure that you feel good before you leave home. I'm going to make sure that you are some mornings I might curse them out, because my nigga, how did you put your pants on before you put your socks? How did you put your, like, certain things as a parent, your child can do that just make you be like for real? For like for real, that's what we doing. But in the morning, I have to be up to make sure, even if that's something that needs to be done far as a correction, I want a person to be able to correct it. I don't never want my kids to leave my house near morning and I don't know what they look like, how they felt. Like, that wouldn't make me feel good as a person. So I try to be as active with my kids as possible. Fuck the shit I could pay for. It's the things that you can do for free. Because just because you're in house with somebody doesn't mean that you're actually there. You could just be there. Okay? Just be there. We get up, we watch the news together. And I'm not talking about the intake of the news. I'm talking about the time. All right. Because when you go to Fox 5, I put Fox 5 on every morning. So that helps us watch the time until it's time for each child. These two go to this bus. This one go to this bus, and then this one go to this bus, and then Tay starts work. And that's how the day may go. And I feel comfortable as a parent knowing that the biggest part of my day I have played. So when you got people in real life that you find of importance, you're going to know when to tune in and when to tune out. Have you heard the song? Yes. He killed it, Nina. He killed it. He was talking about the sleepy daddy, the sleepy Bible daddy, the lesbian, Brianna's ex-girlfriend. He was talking about the sleepy daddy, and he had bars. I actually screen recorded it to put it in my next video. So whoever didn't see it, if you don't see it tonight, you'll definitely see it tomorrow. Cause Tay, she gonna put it up in that video, baby. He was dropping bars on bars. I see they eating Sleepy up on his page about posting RH and not sure why his fakers think. First of all, I'm surprised that he ain't got third-degree burns from standing in the fucking sun with that aluminum foil around his goddamn neck as of yet. He got bigger fish to fry. He's sitting here trying to face battle with another man on the internet about kids he ain't never take care of other than this year. That's basically like, what did he do? Like, what? I'm confused. That's like a daycare center when you drop the kids off when you want to go handle some business. They have places where you could go and pay people to keep your kids, and they'll keep the kids from the time that you leave into the time that you get back. And that's the type of situation that seems on that, because we ain't see none of this face fighting in aluminum foil jewelry for 8 years. Some people say 6, but it was actually 8, because it took 2 years for them to actually get a full divorce, if you ask me. And he wasn't doing nothing but being a moderator at that point in time, and being a FaceTime daddy and you not in the service is beyond me, because the only way I should feel that you can't get to your kids is if you deployed or dead or in jail. And he wasn't none of the three. He wasn't deployed. He wasn't dead. And he wasn't in jail. It was his choice to stay where the fuck he was at, with the same wife that he posted a picture of to brag on. We ain't see him post no kids in 6 years, 7 years, or the 8 years. Okay. But now he just so happened to be able to post pictures after the fact. Now, if that man don't stop playing with all of us and himself at the same time, I see that. Okay, I read that one already. Let me see. Took that post down about the molester, I think, because hardly any likes. Just dumb. Listen, silly people do silly shit. Hey, favorite QT. Blessings. Thank you for dropping in with me. I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all came through to definitely show Tay the support. Of course, of course. Okay. All my loyal Tays. Okay, and my latte loyals, baby. I hope y'all got a membership, because I be definitely dropping the shits up in there. Because you know, some people you can't just put everything on the outside. You got to put some shit in the inside. Like, listen, if you want to hear this, you're gonna have to pay for this, because that means you did a little bit extra to get to it, right? Now, what's funny? Let's speak on that, because did we not hear Miss Bree Lala the other day when she was like on her live and she was like, "That's right, I'm in Amber Group." Girl, I thought that you was the big content creator. Why the fuck is you in Amber's group? And if somebody is stalking you and people are harassing you, I ain't never heard of a person going to the place where they being harassed and call it harassment. I normally would think that the people, it's a private group. Private means fucking private. That means the only people that's supposed to be in the group is the people that's a part of the group. If you ain't a part of the group, then why the fuck would you want to be in the group? Why the fuck would somebody that got 3 million motherfucking followers on one page, this many followers on another page, why the fuck would you be anywhere in Amber's anything? And be proud to say it. Yeah, because I'm in there. I'm in there. You stupid, stupid bitch. So people not coming out and doing anything to you, you going in. I ain't never heard of this shit in my life. You saying that you the big motion, right? But you really made a page because the person said, "I ain't got no time to make no fake motherfucking." Well, I know you wasn't in that group as Brianna motherfucking Battle, or just being Brianna, or anything of the Brie. So I'm confused for a person to say that they don't have time to make time to say that they in a group, right? And then even to have connection to people that you have, go and get in the group to bring the information to you. If they're in the group under secrecy, then that means that they are violating the privacy. That would mean that basically the information that a person would have from with anybody's private group would be of no use. A person didn't come out with the information. A person stayed in with the information. You went in their house to see what it was that they was talking about to then bring the information out. So I'm confused. You was really in Amber Group? Did it serve you? Yeah, that kind of made you mad. You was up here lip quivering. Then for you to have these people paying for lawyer fees and you don't plan on getting no lawyers is crazy to me. But I guess scammity whammity, how Rudder used to say it, that's a scammity whammity. She scammity whammity in the people. She had them buy a $400 blow dryer. Ain't got 400 minutes on it. Kids' hair ain't been blow dried, fried, dyed, laid to the side, nothing. She wore a Little Richard Jerry curl wig for her whole motherfucking pregnancy. So I would think that once the wig came off, the blow dryer would be of some use. And only time she used that motherfucking blow dryer was 1 or 2 times. And each time she was trying to be sarcastic during live, right? See how the internet don't forget shit? The first time was when she was fake doing La hair and was blow drying it. And then once she got off live, she put it in them big dookie ass braids. And that was around Christmas time. But she was only on live blow drying Lala's hair for the factors of the content creators. But she was really on live to talk shit because Robert was on FaceTime with Lydia Love. When she was pregnant, that time. And then the second time she used the blow dryer when she was on live after she had the you know what's, because we don't know what's at this point in time. The what's is up in the air. But anyway, to make it clear, she was in the mirror with the little afro and the blow dryer. That's 2 or 2. That's 2 or 2. That's 2 or 2. The scammity whammity is scammity. Right? Are we gonna need some t-shirts and some mugs again? The scammity whammity is scamming. The skin yeah, you know she couldn't take Lydia Love. She could not. She could not. She was in her feelings about that Lydia. She damn sure did. She damn sure did. You ain't even gotta have eyes as thick as hers to see it. Okay, you ain't gotta have eyes as thick as hers to see it. Anybody with 2 normal size eyes, regular non-bulging ass eyes, could see that she was trying to get in between that man's thighs. Normally you say a nigga trying to get in between a female thighs, but you know how we be like, nah, that nigga was willing to pay for the pussy. She was willing to pay for the dicky. First of all, you met him in Walmart. That is going to be like, I'm just being honest. That's going to be the joke of the century forever. Like, nigga, you couldn't find a better place. You had on a ball gown, willing to get down in a Walmart parking lot to do a skit with cream on your dress. Let's not forget the cream. Oh, pressed about Lydia, Miss Lisa, scared of Pretty Brie. 2 differences. She was pressed about Lydia, but she was scared of Pretty Brie. Because see, when you think that you talk a lot and you the big Brie, she came through and showed you what Pretty Brie can be, right? And Pretty Brie shut the other Brie the fuck up, baby. Okay? She said she was fucking on that blue couch. She said the same couch you sit on with your children. Why you ain't get that Pretty Brie for fucking with your children? If that's the case. She told you the same couch you sit on with your kids. She was getting back shots on it. Chrissy too. I don't know why they be thinking that we like. I don't know. I smoke the weeds, but I don't forget. I don't be forgetting. I don't know what the fuck they doing over there, but whatever they doing over there, they need to leave it alone and get some weeds too. Maybe if people smoke the weeds, they might have been a little bit calmer. They might be a little bit calmer. Cause me personally, I can't find the energy. Never worry 31st. And it's still in the house. She let that nigga put her in the attic on a mattress. In the attic with a mattress. Yes, Candace. She was getting back shots on it. Listen, Being that I've been unfolding all or unraveling all the old information for the new people to get where we came from and how we got here, I'm gonna make sure I drop that in the video. Because let me tell you something, around that time Sweet Ma was in the saga, right? I love me some Sweet Ma. My nephew Amir, right? But anyway, and she put it all on the floor because see, Pretty Bree came out and about, hunting. She came out and about. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And we damn sure collected the information and she let it be known. Listen, she's spending money on him. She told Bree, wake him up. Wake him up. You go ahead and get off of here and go wake him up. How you let somebody tell you go wake your nigga up? Oh Lord. Hey, humble me hype. All hell tell you I was doing just fine, chilling in the bushes. Then your ass come with the back shots and couch. Now I'm falling and I can't get up. Listen, yes. She said you paying that nigga and he don't even give head. That nigga don't even eat coochie. How you getting him to spend all this money? How you spending all this money, Bree? Cause he ain't spending. He complained when he had to buy you some McDonald's. About, oh, bitch, you better not eat too much. Cause if you get fat, I'ma leave your ass. Sure is. Sure is. Sure is. If unfit was a person at this point in time, a lot of people love their kids, but that don't mean that they the best thing for them. Let's talk about it. Since the whole saga is just already had it. First of all, how we get from the factors of fear and you looking in the person's eyes and seeing a whole different person and so and so and so and forth. But I didn't see that same person when they was in Target shopping for baby clothes. And I didn't see that same person in that same hysteria when a person was asking for cash apps. And I didn't see that same person when a person was still trying to be a father to a person, even though the whole world on the internet was against them. They respected that person enough to keep their business offline, even down to the fact is that they were even conversating, communicating, or anything. He let people think what they wanted to think. So regardless to whether a situation, what the situation, how the situation, for you to go about a situation that way and add on to a group of women against your father in those type of orders, baby, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Because I could be mad at my sister all I want. Okay, me and my sister could be in the middle of a fight all we want. Let another bitch pull up and think she gonna get the same outcome. Me and my sister gonna not only jump you, bitch, but you gonna learn a lesson. And we might still fight after the fact is of fucking you up, period. But at the end of the day, letting somebody else come in and fuck somebody up that I care about, even though I'm in a feeling at this point in time, that's not gonna happen. We could fight behind closed doors all we want. The world will never know because my and our relationship means way more to me than that. Okay, so I'm not gonna let the world think that they win or won by giving them something. For one, they don't give a fuck about your feelings. Okay, they just happy or feeling that you telling them something that they could basically use against your father. Okay, common sense is free. All right, it is. A lot of things that's free. A lot of people wish they had, like love. Love is free, but people pay for it all the time. You see, Bree talk about that's a love language. Well, you need to start speaking another language. Okay? You need to start speaking Braille out this bitch. Just start talking with dots. Cause you using actual words and a voice is not working. Just go Braille. Just go Braille. But it has hit that time. It's 10:45. I definitely got to get offline because I got to maintain mine. Love is love. I hope y'all hit that like button when y'all came in. If y'all didn't hit it when y'all came in, please make sure you hit it when you leaving. If you don't have a membership, make sure you get one. Of course, 3 tiers. If you definitely subscribe or become a member to the top tier, I am basically sending my top tier members a tea with Tay mug with all of the treats and meats in the inside. Also a candle. But your girl Tay will definitely be back tomorrow, baby. And if didn't nobody tell you that they love you today, Tay definitely do. Okay? Your girl Tay is out. I love you all like cooked food.